Chennedy Carter loses her temper after ESPN rates Caitlin Clark higher. Nevertheless, her actions may come back to haunt her. The WNBA has never been more popular, especially to the excellent rookies that have joined the league, led by Caitlin Clark. However, Caitlin's switch to the WNBA has not been well received by many. Chennedy Carter, one of her harshest detractors, lost her head after ESPN rated Caitlin higher in their top 25 WNBA players list. This one got foul very quickly. Aja Wilson, Brianna Stewart, and Sabrina Ionescu are just a few of the big names on the list. Among these established talents, one name has consistently risen: Caitlin Clark. Simply told, Caitlin has been a phenomenon. However, her WNBA debut was not without incident. She famously began her WNBA career by setting an unpleasant record. She scored 20 points in her debut game, but she also had 10 turnovers, the most in WNBA history. The losses also accumulated swiftly, but without a doubt she has regained composure and done some stuff that is just outright legendary. But we have to be honest about her slow start to the season. The main reason for the sluggish start must have been the demanding schedule. But when you are considered a legend entering the WNBA, shouldn't you be terrific right away? Well, some of this was due to the learning curve. The fact is that every WNBA player has heard for the previous year or two about how this generational talent will soon enter the league and take over, and none of them want to be on the team that permits it to happen. Not to mention the fact that Caitlin had virtually little time between her last collegiate game and her first WNBA game. Typically, a rookie is either on the bench and gradually adjusts to WNBA standards, or they do not have as much responsibility as Caitlin. During this learning curve, Caitlin had a terrible encounter with Chennedy Carter, who fired a cheap shot at her while she wasn't looking. Chennedy Carter seemed to shoulder attack her for no apparent reason. A foul was called. The question is, will they deem it unnecessary? Chennedy Carter was penalized for an away-from-the-ball foul because it occurred before the inbound, allowing anyone to attempt the free shot later. Chennedy declined to make any remarks regarding Caitlin, but the foul was a message of itself. The incident was so severe that people like Shannon Sharp accused the WNBA players of targeting Caitlin. "That's not basketball," Sharp screamed. "Angel Reese getting tangled up, trying to block her out, and she hip-checks her to the ground. That's basketball. But you ain't woman enough to answer questions?" It's been weird to observe the women's reactions to Caitlin, who appears to be merely playing the game without doing anything extra. What's strange is that Chennedy's teammate, Angel Reese, had a severe altercation with Caitlin during one of their games. Reese was approaching from behind, while teammate Isabel Harrison was also after the ball. The former LSU standout seemed to attempt a block, but instead whacked Caitlin Clark in the head. Officials initially labeled it a personal foul, but after a review, they elevated it to a flagrant one. This kind of incidents happen a lot in basketball because it is a tough sport, but with Caitlin, many feel Angel crossed a boundary and intentionally struck her. Reese feels she done nothing wrong. The flagrant, "Did you feel like that was a basketball play?" she answered. "Yeah, I mean, I'm always going for the ball, but y'all gonna play that clip what, 20 times before Monday?" In her post-game interview, she expressed frustration with the way the media depicted Caitlin. Furthermore, she was quite upset with the officials, who appeared to favor Caitlin. Angel and Caitlin have had a rivalry since their college days, and Chennedy may have felt compelled to maintain it in order to have her new teammates back. But Chennedy isn't a horrible player, and she doesn't need these kinds of shenanigans to be relevant. During a home game in college, she had an incredible experience. Her team was down, but she was not going to lose in front of her brothers and father. She lowered her head in the second half, and her shot began to fall. They were still 6 behind with little under 2 minutes remaining. Her squad stepped up on defense, and she hit a few shots before missing a vital free throw. DePaul's Kelly Campbell missed her jumper, and Jazz Lumpkin, Chennedy's teammate, came up with a big board. She handed the ball to Chennedy and recalled looking at the clock, which showed 10.4 seconds. She instantly began dribbling, and when someone attempted to take the ball from her, she smacked them with a crossover similar to AI and took the shot. She knew it was excellent before it splashed in. DePaul barely had time for an inbound on the following possession. However, her WNBA career has been fraught with scandal. The Atlanta Dream selected her with the 4th choice in the 2020 WNBA draft, and despite some problems, she immediately delivered. However, the Dream suspended her for conduct that was harmful to the team. The incident occurred when Courtney Williams instructed Chennedy to cheer on her colleagues from the bench. This resulted in an argument that escalated after the game. Chennedy apparently planned to confront Williams, but the veteran withdrew, and no physical conflict happened. The Dream suspended her indefinitely following the incident, and she was eventually traded to the Los Angeles Sparks for the 2022 season. Chennedy played 24 games for the Sparks in 2022, nearly equaling the number of games she played for the Dream in 2 years. Her minutes were considerably reduced. The former 4th overall selection played only 16.4 minutes a game and scored only 8.9 points per game. The Sparks benched Chennedy due to improper behavior. She was under contract for the 2023 season, but the Sparks decided to dismiss her over the summer. This resulted in her playing a season abroad. She was just 24 years old when she opted to play professionally in Turkey. She temporarily played there during her freshman season before leaving to be closer to home. There, she demonstrated that she still had it. She succeeded in her second spell with Bursa Ulug, averaging 24.1 points, 5.5 assists, and 4.7 rebounds per game. Her performance sparked attention from WNBA clubs, and she signed with the Chicago Sky for the 2024 season. However, she was once again embroiled in controversy after taking a reckless cheap shot at Caitlin Clark. Again, her antics have taken many people's attention away from her fantastic performance. When she saw she was rated 24th, well behind Caitlin, she couldn't help but lose her calm once more. She went on a social media rant saying, "How I average less minutes and my stats top in the league, but I'm at the bottom? This isn't adding up. The hate be so obvious. FG percentage as well." Chennedy is now having a terrific season, averaging 17.2 points per game, thanks to the increased attention given to the WNBA this summer. However, despite having one of her greatest seasons, Chennedy was not selected for the WNBA All-Star Game. But do you know who was? That's correct, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin has been establishing records since she first entered the WNBA, but we should have expected all of these record-breaking feats. It's not like this is something new to her. Caitlin has been pushing the bar and establishing new marks for years, and she will set several more shortly. Caitlin Clark is on track to set several records this season. With 12 games remaining, she has already set the rookie record for most points scored. She's on track for 322 assists this season, which would be a league record. She's also on track to break the rookie three-point record. The single-game assist record is only one of several broken records this season. She holds the record for the most consecutive point-assist double-doubles in a rookie season, the most double-doubles by a rookie guard, the first rookie to record a triple-double, the single-game leader in three-point field goal attempts by a rookie, and the youngest player to record a double-double with points and assists in back-to-back games. Now those are only the WNBA records. Furthermore, in only one short season, she has set 7 distinct Indiana Fever records. She has effectively become an all-time great in the Fever franchise, leaving her stamp in history. This season, she has the most points scored or assists of any player in the league. The names below her are Sabrina Ionescu, Arike Ogunbowale, and Aja Wilson. What a tremendous first season. Caitlin has rapidly established herself as one of the league's finest players, so it's no surprise she's placed higher than other players in ESPN's rankings. Chennedy can complain about the rankings all she wants, but no one else is going to agree with her. The truth is that Caitlin has had a massive influence on the WNBA, not only in terms of her on-court performance, but also on the business of basketball in general. Indeed, one may argue that Caitlin is ranked too low. Meanwhile, Chennedy continues to get in the way of herself. Despite having a fantastic year, many will remember her cheap hit on Caitlin and her off-court outbursts. She truly is her own worst enemy. And well for Caitlin, she'll just keep on breaking records nearly every week. How about that?